Greetings, beloveds who will be watching later online, and happy Easter. So, in the midst of uncertainty, upheaval, confusion, and chaos, Easter has arrived. And Easter is one of the most powerful spiritual narratives, the culmination of Jesus' ministry, where he embodied the highest ideals of divine love, wisdom, and unity with God. And so what is the message for us in unity in the U.S. in 2025 as we celebrate and honor this day? Well, the core message of Easter is Christ is risen. And in Unity, we embrace this not just as a historical event, but as a powerful metaphysical truth, one that each of us is free to interpret in our own way. And I'm not here to dictate your belief, but to encourage you to let the Christ within to express and shine and have more room in your life to fully be. Now, Easter and Holy Week is a profound allegory of transformation, moving through darkness into light. And the crucifixion symbolizes the release of fear, limitation, and old patterns, while the resurrection affirms our spiritual resilience and the eternal nature of life. And it's a message of hope, reminding us that even in our lowest moments, spiritual awakening and renewal is possible. And the Easter story, well, it mirrors our own spiritual journeys, our own inner journeys. Life's challenges can feel like crucifixion experiences. They can feel painful and isolating and overwhelming. But they are not the end. They are doorways to awakening. And we are never alone. Even though we can feel like it sometimes, we are never alone. The light of the Christ within remains, guiding us with love and strength. And Easter invites us to release fear and live from our divine essence. Who's got some fear to release right now? I certainly do. So resurrection isn't just a one-time miracle. It's a daily choice to rise again, to meet life with faith, with love, and with courage, moment by moment. And on Easter today, we're going to look at an important part of the familiar resurrection story, and that is the stone. This big stone, or it's really a boulder, right? It's a familiar part of the Easter story. And while the resurrection story is found in all four of the Gospels and details vary, the basic account is this. After Jesus died, his body was placed inside a cave-like tomb, and a massive stone was rolled up against the opening to seal it. So we're going to pick up the story in the Gospel of Mark 16. And it says, when the Sabbath was over, Mary Magdalene and Mary the mother of James and Salome bought spices so that they might go and anoint him. And very early in the first day of the week, when the sun had risen, they went to the tomb. And they had been saying to one another, "Who will roll away the stone for us from the entrance to the tomb?" When they looked up, they saw that the stone, which was very large, had already been rolled back. And yes, the women were stunned about this. They were stunned also to find that the tomb was empty, but they decided to enter. Back to Mark. As they entered the tomb, they saw a young man dressed in a white robe sitting on the right side, and they were alarmed. And this beautiful painting is from, it's in the pre-Raphaelite style, and it's from Arthur Hughes. And he said to them, "Do not be alarmed. You are looking for Jesus of Nazareth, who was crucified. He has been raised. He is not here. Look, there is the place they laid him. But go, tell his disciples and Peter that he is going ahead of you to Galilee, where you will see him just as he told you." So this young man dressed in white tells them not to be alarmed. And actually, in the King James Version, he says, "Be not affrighted." Be not affrighted. Does that remind you of anything from Christmas? What do the angels come and tell them to do? To not be afraid, right? That is always the message of angels a lot of the times. Be not afraid. So that is what he's saying. And metaphysically, the young man in white represents the release of fear and the acceptance that the power of the Christ cannot be contained. The release of fear. So in the verse, there's one disciple who's singled out. Who is it? Peter. Now, why would Peter be singled out? Well, Peter represents, does anyone remember which of the 12 powers Peter represents? I love doing the 12 powers every year because we forget, right? So Peter represents the power of faith. Yes, I heard it from Linda. Very good. Gold star. Yes. He represents the power of faith. Even though he seemingly lost it a few times in the Gospels, which is why he's always my favorite, because he's not all like, "And so." He's like, "I lost it a few times, right? I got mad. I did all these things." But he denied Jesus thrice. Yet, what does his name mean? It means the rock, which brings us back to the symbol of the stone. When we align with full faith and contemplate the love of the Christ in us as infinite life, we can move stones that block us in our own lives. And what stones? Well, stones of fear. You don't have to raise your hand. I know we all have them. Stones of unworthiness, stones of unforgiveness, of lack, of negativity, of judgment, of despair. All of these stones of shame, all of these obstacles, they may not be made of stone, but they may seem just as massive and heavy in our lives. And whatever those stones are, it's my prayer that this morning, each of us will roll away those stones in our own lives. Unity minister and author Eric Butterworth said, "The great Easter truth is that there is a principle and a process of wholeness within every single person. Thus, an open tomb of Easter morning says to you, you can become what you innately are. And this innateness of you far transcends anything you have ever conceived of in your wildest flights of fancy. There is within you a person of stature, of genius, of mastery, struggling to be released. That person inside of you is struggling to be released. And if you get into the spirit of Easter and let it happen to you, you can believe that every stone of limitation will be rolled away. And so, who's ready to have some stones rolled away in their life? A few of you. Let's ask that again. You don't have to say it loud, but let me just know that you're ready. Are you committed to having these stones rolled away in your life? Yes. All right. Wonderful. So, There's stones that block us from shining the resurrected Christ consciousness that resides within each of us. So in a moment, you will receive a little box. Now, when you get your box, do not open it until everyone has one, and I will let you know when to open it. And Janine is going to hand these out because you know what? Janine made these beautiful little boxes for us. They're made out of little calendars. And so take one. They're all, yes, that's it. Wonderful. Janine made these, and they're little keepsakes for you, but don't open them yet. That's brilliant. And that's perfect. So we're just going to sit right now. As we're sitting there, before you open these, I want you to think about any stones in your life that you want to roll away, that you want to release today. Anything you want to release in your life. Be thinking about those. I'm so grateful. Janine made these little boxes for us at Christmas time. And it was today that they got used. And I kept saying to Janine every week, I haven't used them yet. I haven't used them yet. I'm going to use them for Valentine's Day. Oh, no. And then it was like Easter, and they're perfect for Easter. And so Ron is helping here. Brilliant. I should have had 2 baskets, but that's okay because you'll be thinking about what you want to release. Did you get one in the... Oh, you're coming back to there. Brilliant. Are we going to have enough, Janine, or do you need a few more? Okay, I'll get them for you. Raise your hand if you still have to get a box. Ron at the back there. And myself, because I have one up here that doesn't have anything in it, so I will take one as well. Thank you, Ron. All right. And now carefully open up your box carefully. And you're going to find in your box, you can put it together like in a little nest if you want to, for whatever you want to do. You're going to find in it a stone. You're going to take your stone into your hand, and you're going to hold on to your stone. And in the silence right now, you're going to take a moment. You've been thinking of all the limitations, all the fears, all the doubts, all the things that are blocking you from who you truly want to be. And think of anything that is burdening you, all your concerns, all your anger, all your sadness, all your confusion. And imagine placing all of this into this stone. And you may think, I need a much bigger stone right now. And that's okay, because your stone in your mind's eye can be as big as you need it to be. Wow, my stone got really heavy for a moment. That's okay. Think of all the things that you're going to let go of. And in a moment, row by row, each of you will come up and you will drop that stone into a dish filled with water. And as you do this, you're going to see all of those concerns, all of those doubts, and all of those fears cleansed and released. And then you'll walk over to me. Joe will come up and help me in a moment with this. He loves to do this at Easter, and I'm so glad he made it because it's a tradition. Joe and I do this together. And you're going to come over to me. You'll pick up another stone. It will be a clear, luminous stone that will represent your commitment to letting go and releasing all of this today, and your commitment to your resurrected Christ consciousness. And you'll also pick up a piece of folded paper. And in that is an affirmation. And I'm going to affirm and know that you get the perfect affirmation for you. If you get two, that's okay as well. Now, don't take two on purpose, but if they're two or together, that's okay, is what I meant. And then quietly, you're going to return to your seat, knowing, holding your stone, and remain in prayerful contemplation during the process, just really accepting that illuminated Christ consciousness within you until everyone is sitting down again. All right. Joe, I invite you to come up. Wow, the music lasted perfectly. So I want you to take that stone into your hand. I left mine over there, but I have Connie's stone, the clear stone here. Oh, Mother, Father, God, thank you that we have rolled away the stones of our limitation and are refreshed in our understanding of our unity with God as Jesus the Christ understood his unity with God. We draw upon divine strength to rise above circumstances and embody the courage, the wisdom, the compassion so needed in the U.S. and the world right now. Let us rise up in integrity, allowing the boundless power of Spirit to guide us. And so it is. And now, beloveds, I invite you to place your stone and your affirmation in your box for safekeeping. You may want to put the lid back on the box. Keep those boxes as a special treasure, part of this ceremony that were lovingly made for you by Janine. Let's give Janine a round of applause for making those for us. Yes, I'm sure she was wondering, she was so gracious, like, when is she ever going to use those boxes? But I think this was the perfect time to use them today. Now, when you take these home, I invite you to put them somewhere. And you may want to put them like this. You may want to use different parts for different things. But I invite you to open it up because the tomb is open. Put your stone where you can see it and remind you of the commitment you made today. And the affirmation may fit you perfectly right now. And you may be going, I don't know why I got this one. Does anyone have one that it fit them perfectly for right now? Oh, many of you. Perfect. Wonderful. And if you didn't, hold on to it because you'll know why it does shortly. And so I am so grateful for this time to be with you together. Look, that's how we are right now, walking out, filled with light, filled with that infinite spirit, infinite consciousness of love, of light. Let us say together, I am a beloved child of God, here to be an ambassador of good. Yes, we are here to be ambassadors of good. And so this is the time now in our service where we share of our good, because at Unity of Tempe we are supported completely by donations. And so we accept our good, we accept our good. Where did it go? Oh, we don't have it, but we know what I don't know why I didn't have it. But we say, I am a joyful sharer of my good. Let's say it together. I am a joyful sharer of my good. Yes. And so we know that as we give, we receive. And so it is. Thank you, Deborah. And there is our QR code if you prefer. Oh, thank you, Divine Mother, Father, God, for these blessings. We are so grateful that we get to give of our abundance. We know that so much of the world does not have abundance. And we know that we have homes roofs over our heads and food enough to eat. And so we are grateful that we give our blessings to share with our spiritual community. We bless any prayer that was ever in the prayer box, any prayer that will ever be in the prayer box. We bless all that are giving electronically, all that are giving online, and we are simply grateful, grateful, grateful for it all. Thank you, God. Thank you so much, Catherine and Deborah, for doing this today. We bless these gifts. We bless the receiver. Thank you. And so if you're here for the first time, guess what? We have something really exciting coming up next week, right after service. Oh, well, we'll come back to this one. Yes. And we have a brand new class. It's a 3-week class starting, 3-week workshop with Dennis, who's going to come up and tell us a little bit about it right now. Welcome, Dennis, licensed Unity teacher up here. Yay, Dennis.
Thank you. So I read this book as part of my practicum to become a licensed Unity teacher. It's an amazing book. I have always struggled with forgiveness because those people, they did that stuff to me. But it's really an amazing book. It talks about when and why to forgive. Sometimes we're not ready, and that's okay. And talks about blanket forgiveness, how that may not always be the best thing. So it's really an in-depth look at forgiveness and appropriate. So if you're ready to make this journey, come join us. I have a couple people signed up, and a couple people told me they were coming but haven't signed up. So if you want to come, please sign up over there just so I know who to expect. Also, if you do plan on coming, I would encourage you to get the book. It would be a really good idea to read part 1. So it's a 3-part book. There's several chapters in each part, so it's not short. Let's just put it that way. So I would encourage you to read part 1 before you come, but if not, we'll still be working on that. So see you next week at 11:30.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. Yay. And that is it. So it is 11:30, right after service next week. So I encourage you to do this because we have to be shining our light right now. The world is begging us to be clear of that which is constricting us so that we can be really light in the world right now. All right, we're going to skip over that one. Oh, if you would like to join a prayer call on Zoom on Thursday mornings, we have a phenomenal prayer call, and that is at 9:30 a.m. So I invite you to do that. If you want to get the link, sign up on our email list over here. Next week is the last week to bring in donations for this month, but we accept donations anytime. We had a full shopping cart. We got written up in Epiphany's newsletter last week, so I encourage you to bring in any donations for Matthew's Crossing Food Bank. Let us say together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. All is well, and we are grateful. Beloveds online, thank you for being with us. I do wish you a peaceful Easter and look forward to seeing you in person very, very soon. And please click, subscribe to our channel. That would do great. And share. Blessings and peaceful Easter.